If you are sick of AI slop, rest assured there's one thing that AI can't do. Can't drive manual. Very, very excited about our new Mighty Car Mods t-shirts. They're available right now with a link down below.
And there's only one thing sloppier than that, and that is how sloppily this Mira used to drive before we pulled everything apart to fix it. This episode, we're going to get it running and get it on the dyno. Welcome to another episode of Mighty Nugget Mods. In the last episode, we got the Mira pulled to bits and I started fabricating some mad stuff to make this thing work again. This time, we're going even more techie. And we're not just making stuff with welders and benders and saws anymore.
We're making stuff with freaking lasers. Are they called lasers? I don't know if it's a laser, but we're scanning stuff. We got some special guests coming down. We got Miles coming down. We got Isaac coming down. Dave's coming down to do some wiring. It's going to be epic. And then hopefully at the end of this, also jumping onto the dyno. And then next episode, a little bit of a challenge. A little Kei Car battle maybe, Martin.
Let's get into it. Let's get nerdy and sloppy. Here is the cap that I old schooled this into. This is my friend Miles. He can 3D scan and 3D print stuff. A few people have told me it's a good idea to remake the cap. And I thought we should just do it for fun anyway. So I'm going to open this up and have a look. And what are we going to do, Miles?
Well, we're going to scan it. That's what you asked me to do.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then we're going to print a new one.
Okay, but you know that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking like what's the deal?
So we have a new scanner. This little guy.
Cool. Looks like an iPhone with a...
Yeah, basically. It's a very expensive iPhone with a thing on it. And this does can do wireless laser scanning.
Awesome.
And yeah, we can basically we'll scan the whole thing down to a accuracy of about, I don't know, 0.1 of a millimeter.
Wow.
And then so you can get your little gap that you need and that kind of stuff. And then you said you wanted to like flip stuff around.
Yeah, so the
or
reason
do
is
something.
it sits on the engine that way, just because of how I did it. But the sensor's underneath. It does fit, but it's in kind of a crappy spot. It would be nice to have the sensor on the top. And also, what I'm looking for here is some precision, because the Hall effect sensor, or whatever that is, reluctor thing, has to be 1 to 1.5 millimeters away from the teeth to get an accurate reading. So by making our own cap, we should be able to get that bang on and to get a nice mounting system for this. We can even use what it came with. But yeah, basically make a Mark II / better version of this.
And then we'll print it in some fancy nylon, some good high temp engine bay stuff. Yeah.
Great, let's do it.
Okay.
Like it or not, this is the way car modification will be happening in the future, because it already is happening now. It can save heaps of time when designing bespoke parts, even for old Daihatsu nuggets like mine.
Miles really wanted like a lazy Susan spinny thing, which makes sense because you can put the object on and then turn it around. Had nothing. I'm like, I know I've got something here that spins. So there you go. Oh, we're putting dots on it?
You can put that on it first.
Where? Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Wherever.
Random pad.
Because it's measuring distances between all this stuff.
The more random, the better.
So, yeah, that'll work, won't it? You can put it on there and spin it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at me. I did something today.
The adhesive markers help the laser scanner accurately measure the part and its surrounding environment.
Now imagine that heaps of people had mirrors and everyone wanted to go like sequential or semi-sequential injection or ignition and all that stuff on their mirrors. And you could make these and literally hit print on a 3D printer over and over and over again, and people bought them. That sort of business / industry is just everywhere at the moment. And I'm here for it. It's mad. This is happening in people's sheds. It's awesome. We're in the future.
It's very good.
Here I am just having welded up like a whole intercooler system, and there's no getting away from that anytime soon. No robot's coming to save me. I'm still doing that bit.
Oh, I don't know. You could print some stuff.
Oh yeah, actually that's a good point.
Yeah,
you can print manifolds and stuff
You
as
can
well.
print in metal, yeah. It's not cheap, but
Yeah, that's right.
the more the better.
Really?
The more the better. That's probably enough, but if you have to stop halfway through and go again, it's just not worth
That's
it.
true, yeah. I imagine you've got lots of these.
I have many of those, yeah.
These days, it's not unusual to scan entire engine bays, plus the silly engine you want to shoehorn in there, because you can carry out a good part of the swap in 3D modelling software before you go anywhere near a welder. This scan creates the reference material required to create a millimeter accurate custom distributor cap that will do away with the old points, and in its place, a sensor is installed and wired directly to the ECU for our triggering system. Miles and his clever team drew this up, and after a few hours in a nylon SLS freaking laser 3D printing machine, we have this. Perfection. What is not perfect, however, are the noisy tappets, so Isaac offered to adjust them.
This is how it should sound. This is how it did sound. For those crazy audiophiles out there, that is about double the clearance of that.
Well, this is more like an engine file thing. So you're setting valve clearances, right?
Yeah, correct. So you basically just get each cylinder up onto top dead center on the base circle of each cam lobe, and we're going to adjust the intake and exhaust valves to the right clearance. But I don't think they've been done before.
She's a bit sooty in there, eh?
Change your oil. It's not that hard.
I change it.
No, not you, bro. You look after your stuff.
Dave is an extremely busy man. You know why he's busy? Because he's really friggin' good. And so everyone wants him to wire their cars, which means that's why it's like the middle of the night and here we are. But we're hanging out and I'm actually having a great time because I'm learning heaps. Here's what we're doing. Quick rundown for you. We're labeling everything. There we go. So we're going through the diagrams we do have, thanks to some legend on the Live to Die forum, which is the Daihatsu forum. This is quite handy. And we've also got this as well, but it's very cryptic. It just says pin 1 E1. And it says pin 4 DSW2. You've got to work out what that is. There's no reference. There might be somewhere, but I haven't been able to find it. And then we're going through and we're labeling. So CTS, ECU, and then Dave is pinning in that end. Now I started this and I got about 8 wires through and did the stuff that I knew 100% was correct. So coils, injectors, the basics, trigger. This is now interfacing with the car, which is a bit more tricky. So coolant temp sensor for the ECU, coolant temp for the dash, because they're usually separate. And this is where the expertise of having done it a million times helps, because he goes, that will be that, and you can just deduce it. It's kind of fun, huh? Like,
this is actually really similar to a Toyota.
makes sense.
Yeah, so just using all the Toyota abbreviations, it's making a lot of sense.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're sort of merging Toyota with a bit of Daihatsu, with a bit of internet, with a bit of real life trestle table, and it's coming together.
Interestingly, the factory ECU has codes on it. It's got, you can kind of see it's got like the little codes there, and they match up to what we've got, which is kind of cool and a bit different. So anyway, we'll get back to you when this is a working loom. This is the kind of thing where you do all this, plug it in, make sure it powers up, talk to the ECU, do everything, potentially even start it, and then take it off and wrap it up. One battery bracket. These almost always rust because they get the acid or the slight leakage from the battery and it runs down onto that, but in some ways it's good because it's kind of sacrificial.
What's really interesting is that whenever we're kind of doing cars in Australia and we say it's so rusty, and people from overseas are like, that's nothing. Nothing compared to like what you have in your salted roads.
That's true.
But anyway, today we're going to try this. You might have seen this stuff around. This is a Vapor Rust. It's made by CRC. They are a sponsor of the show. We've never used this before, but it is a biodegradable rust remover that apparently you just tip on and soak it. You can soak it for like 30 minutes up to like 24 hours, and it's meant to remove rust. And then when you're finished, you just tip it back in, like you can reuse it.
Saves you a bit of scrubbing and a bit of wire wheeling or sandblasting or whatever else, which is probably the other way to get rid of it.
So
there we go.
What we're going to do, Martin, is I suggest we just cover some of it, and then we can come back and see it. Well, that didn't work, did it? My scientific test. I'm trying to not put it on that bit. All right, I'll just tip it down here instead.
That'll be fine.
We'll leave a little bit rusty out. And I'll try not to tip it on our control surface, Martin, because this is science.
Yeah, we're so scientific.
Very, very scientific. So we'll put that in. We'll leave it soak. And apparently, like, you don't even need to scrub it. It just sits there.
The Mira's had a bit of a history with rust removal too. We actually dipped the whole back of the car, remember? The
right.
Japan section. The Australian one wasn't very rusty. The Japanese one was, because it was scrapu. And so we ended up taking the whole thing out and basically dunking it into a giant vat of this, actually. And then had to blast it to get it off. So
I'm going to leave that bit out.
Yeah, cool.
So we can see what it looks like.
No worries.
Let it sit there. And then we've got our control and our not control.
Perfect.
Because that is
That
science.
should fit with my new battery, but if it doesn't, I'm going to be cutting it up and using bits of it anyway, in either case, if you're going to weld to it, you don't want rust on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see what happens. All right, see you in a bit.
And just for the sake of science, I got 2 rusty bolts. You can see they're both fairly rusty. I'm going to dunk one in completely. We'll come back. We'll check it later.
Mad.
So it's been 24 hours. Let's see how our little battery tray has gone. That is absolutely incredible. Look at that. Didn't have to do anything. So now you can just wash that off with water. And if you take the lid off that, we can tip all that back in. You can literally keep reusing it. Oh, a bolt. We stuck a bolt in there.
That's the old one. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Look at that.
That's mad. You could chuck a whole, handful of rusty old hardware in there and give it a new life. That's awesome. There's only one problem, and that's that you evapor-rusted the wrong bit.
What do you mean?
Because I need that bit, and you evapor-rusted that bit.
Where's that bit going?
In the bin that's getting cut off.
Oh, you just want that bit?
Yep.
Well,
see you in 24 hours. Another late one on the Mira with Davo. Only a few little bits left to do. Let me show you. So we've roughed in all this wiring. The loom's now in and going to all the different sensors, and we'll leave it like that until we start it. So that if there's any problems, it's easy to change, anything forgotten, easy to add. The last thing that's happening is the pedal here. We have the plug there. We're just going to recycle an old plug just to waste a new one, don't really need to. And Dave will add the Haltech colours onto that plug, which will make it super easy for me to terminate in at the ECU. So that is the next thing I'm going to do. Yes.
Well, thank you, mate. Alright. See if the light turns on.
You keen it?
Do I put your breaker thing?
Don't know if this battery works, but yeah, give it a go.
Well, fingers crossed.
The light turned on. Oh, hello.
Nearly got in the face with that. Yeah, cool.
That's great news.
Can't hear fuel pump, but that's fine. Oh, it's a good start.
Great start. Awesome. Good on you, Dave.
Cool, man.
Thank you, mate.
Nice.
After clearing each hurdle of a build like this, it's easy to lose motivation or come up with reasons why you have to wait and do something else first. Or maybe you're back on Marketplace looking for the next turd car with a matching turd on the back seat. What helps me is thinking of the dyno and the first drive, or maybe a track day. It's a pretty unbeatable feeling when you've heavily modified your mad car, jumped a heap of technical hurdles, and then get to plant your foot out on the road. Although I've had some practice at this now, I still find myself feeling like I'm in over my head and that maybe I should have just left it alone. When that happens, I pick a job, just one job, simple or complex, it doesn't matter, and then make that the next small step. Maybe it's ignition leads like this, or a few wires, a sensor, even an oil change, anything. You just have to get back in front of the car, get your hands dirty, and push the project along.
That's a final goodbye to that old distributor, and now the ignition coils are in and the leads are done. Next up, Dave's going to come back and we're going to try and start this thing. Moment of truth, people. Dave has set up the inputs, set up the outputs. We've got a fan, we've got an oil pressure sensor. We've now got to see what happens with our triggering system, the one little one that I put together. Now's the moment of truth. Dave has cobbled together a map that should get it running from a bunch of other maps that he's just borrowed from random other 3-cylinder and small cars. So now we see if it runs. This is the moment of truth. This thing has not run in years. We are going to try and crank it and see if we get oil pressure. You ready, Davo? Full trigger synchronization. That's amazing. What happened? He keeps getting attacked by my stereo. Full trigger synchronization. That's huge.
Yeah, straight first go.
That's massive.
That's pretty cool. Well done, Tim.
Well done, Miles.
Yep.
I give myself 5% credit for actually making the thing work and organising all of it. But that's great. Full synchronization. It doesn't mean that the timing offset is correct, which means it doesn't necessarily mean it knows where where top dead center is.
We don't know anything at the moment, but it knows all the teeth, and then there was one missing, and it knows.
Cool.
So that's cool.
So it's tracking the engine. Now we have to tell it exactly where the events of each cylinder are. So that's cool. So we see we get some oil pressure.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes up. Not yet.
There it goes.
The light turned off.
Oh, the light turned off. So the Haltech is actually controlling the factory oil pressure light. We found that out in the engine bay, and Dave wired it in so that even though the Haltech is getting a much more advanced signal from the sensor that we put on, it is also telling the dash, yes, like use the oil pressure light as it's intended. Great, it's got oil pressure too. Fantastic, man.
A timing light helps you confirm exactly where top dead center is, and once the Haltech knows exactly what the trigger offset is, it can run the engine.
Great success with the timing light. We've confirmed that the timing's in the correct position. It's also the default number. So maybe we're just lucky, Toyota things, Daihatsu things, who knows, but it's lining right up. So now we're gonna try and run it. No idea if it'll work. Once it's running, if it's running, we check the timing again, and that confirms that everything's locked off where it needs to be, which means our ignition map will make sense. Yeah, this is good. It sounds so healthy. So happy. Mad little car. From scrapper to start. All right, next time we see this car, we're going to the dyno. See you later.
You know it's a mighty car mods day when it takes you 5 minutes to get in the car. It's been a while since you bombed me with one of these.
Surprisingly roomy though. Look, you've got some vertical headspace.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't, not quite stuffed, but you know. Anyway, let's see what this little Mira can do. We were on the dyno with this in 2017. I have the magic key to more power, man.
All right, let me...
This is known as an Allen key. It's interesting because that's Turbo Yoda's name. That's going to go in the top of our GFB bleed valve and go whoop, 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 more boost. Or the car might blow up. It's been a while.
When you were just a boy.
Yep, and it was factory ECU back then. It made, I don't know, 40 something kilowatts. So be interested to see what happens today. Now we have control of everything.
And you've pulled a heap of junk out of it as well.
So much junk.
Yeah. Make it a more reliable car, like after doing all of that stuff.
Yeah, make it start nice, run nice, etc.
All right, well let's, we'll do all the cleaning up, do all the basic stuff. One of the main things that you changed early on was the inlet manifold now is, or the fuel pressure regulator is map reference. So I'm going to change that because that feeds into the ECU's fuel model, so we know if the fuel pressure is going to be rising with manifold pressure or not. In turn, changing the size of the fuel injector because, well, I shouldn't say that, the flow of the injector because we've got more fuel line pressure. So we'll muck around with that a little bit and we'll kind of just smooth everything out to kind of get it all in the ballpark and then
Sounds good.
Get into it.
It starts really nice.
Starts wonderful. The idle control is just beautiful. You and
One
Dave.
One of my favourite things about e-throttle cars is that.
So
and the triggering
nice.
comes on quickly.
Yeah. The trigger system in there, how cool is that?
Oh, no. Stoked. I'm stoked with how it turned out.
Yep.
Let's hope it actually works.
Very impressive. Let's apply all of the long terms. See what it looks like in the base fuel table, which is going to look a little bit wonky.
Yep.
But sometimes that might actually be the efficiency of the engine. Like if we've got a teeny tiny little 3-cylinder with the tiniest turbo ever made, might well and truly be the case. Because it's an RX-8 injector, we have profiled quite a few of them.
Yeah. It's so smooth. I can't get over it.
It comes to bite me every time.
Every time you restart the car, the CD player thing flaps out.
Let's have a look at battery voltage. We've definitely got battery charge. That's awesome.
Great, good one.
The O2 sensor's coming online, and one of the things that we will do before anything is the EVAP.
Yes.
EVAP being the little solenoid that pulses to let fuel tank fumes back in the inlet manifold. So let's see, when the O2 controller is active, so when we're looking at the O2 sensor, it'll use this table of how much to let bleed through. So it's only a couple of percent there. I'm going to increase that quite a lot. When the O2 when it's inactive, this is how much. So normally, if the O2 control's not working, we typically try and not use much evap at all because it does affect the mixtures.
Even though it's just a tiny vacuum leak, it still is sucking unmetered, air from random spot,
It's
right?
pulling the fumes out of the tank, which is actually fueling it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I have blown up a fuel tank by not having evap.
Oh, yeah?
Right, yeah, as it just split.
Yeah, 50. We also turn the evap off with when it comes on boost because we don't want it going the other way. Makes sense.
It's got a one-way valve in it too.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's excellent to know. So as we're cruising along,
Hear it? Is that it? Hear it pulsing.
only 5 hertz. Let's see what.
It's the last bit of old junk that remains on the engine. That's the only thing I kept, and it's noisy. How good's that coolant temperature though?
Yeah,
Ah.
beautiful. Let's see.
The fan's on, so that's working too.
Yep, beautiful. Mate, well, awesome. Really good.
And this was me and Dave like after hours, like late at night. He only had a few spare hours, so I kind of had to pump it out, and it just works.
When you've got a good trigger system and a known set of injectors, it all comes together pretty quickly. All right, ready? Where's the little pedal? Where's the little go pedal? There it is.
Over there.
Oh,
There's
it's
not much
tiny.
room for the pedals.
It's tiny.
But it's a Subaru Gen 4 pedal.
Oh yeah. Feels nice.
Because it does. They got
Yeah.
good springs in them, and you can weld the it's like stalk on it to get it in a good spot. But there's
yeah.
not much room down
Clever.
there. It only just fits my size 14 feet.
This might be a shoes off adventure actually by the end of it. Oh,
It's keen.
all right. We'll get that back fan rolling.
Here we go. Run number 1.
Same car.
Yeah, that's clutch lip, eh? Is that clutch lip?
Yeah, I think so.
No way.
Let's just give it a chance.
Let it cool down, huh? As well, does that help?
Not
A little bit clutchy.
give this a feel just to get an idea of what boost level we just had. It's running away to 10 pounds at the top, but
Oh, it is?
yeah. Yeah, the smell is,
Yeah, clutch.
yeah, okay. What
Is there any pedal adjustment in it, I wonder? It is cable.
You can feel it hard come all the
Okay,
way off,
good.
but it's a
Fine.
good idea.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Let's stifles us a little bit, doesn't it?
That doesn't
Let's,
matter, mate. You don't know until you do it, and it's never demonstrated that before, but straight away, it's already making big torque and the same power as last time, even before you even got to a power run.
Yeah.
So it's reasonable that it's already going past what the factory one would cop.
You want to try it? Let's move them just in case. The pedal feels really nice, but
Okay.
just in case.
Have a look at it, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So Scotty's able to move the clutch by hand, because what we want to check is that the pedal is not pulling the clutch away or basically releasing the clutch. We don't want that to happen, so we want to make sure that it's all as clamped as it can be. This is the original clutch. I didn't pull the engine, so if you pull the engine and box and all the stuff, then obviously changing the clutch makes sense. Never had a problem with slipping clutch in this before, but it is an all-wheel drive car, and we're already making more power and torque than it ever made. So didn't take much to
Not a
go
lot.
past whatever was, because whatever that
Well,
clutch.
imagine what the friction surface on this
Tiny.
thing would be. But keeping in mind with this, so what we've done is locked up the dyno so that it's letting out a certain amount of RPM per second.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that can slip. So if the dyno's letting out a consistent
Yep.
ramp rate and our RPM spikes up and then slides back down again,
Yep.
we've got wheel slip
Yeah.
or we've got clutch issues.
You know what's cool though? Everything else works.
It's fantastic.
Everything else works. Like, I'm so stoked. I know it's disappointing because we're not going to get some big, massive power run out of it today, but it works. It's got hot, it's got bothered, it's made torque, it's made power.
Starts perfectly. It's always
Pretty
scary,
stoked.
that initial bit of the smoke and the all of the fingerprints burning
Yes.
off everything. But
Correct.
all the smell's gone, except for the clutchy smell.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we can.
That's pretty cool, man.
We'll muck around with some idle control stuff and just make sure there's nothing else on the
Yep.
list to do.
And then let it cool down a bit and then just try and give it a hit and see what happens.
You want to?
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you. Well,
It's gonna spin the
really,
clutch or...
you're probably going to have to machine the flywheel anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll all get redone. Got some
So-
friends to help with that.
All right.
we'll go make a custom one.
Well, if we're not doing any damage, we
No,
may,
it's
may
fine.
as well.
It's fun. It was in the
prove
back
that
of my
that's the
mind
problem.
that if something's going to go and everything else works, it could be that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't want to rip the whole car apart, drop the engine, spend all the extra time doing that. When the focus was to make it work and run and drive, which it
Yeah.
will now do. So that's
It's
massively.
Oh, look at this as well. Sorry to interrupt. The Tate plastic conduit.
That's me.
I'm into it, eh?
I don't have this fancy stuff, so that's actually the old stuff reused.
Yep, I
and,
really like
a recycled as well.
Serviceable, and you're not too scared if there is a problem. If in 10 years' time, when parts of that get melted or
Yeah.
something happens when you're putting a clutch in it, you can easily just cut it apart and figure out what's
it's
going
pretty
on.
easy to get apart. It's like half an hour to get everything off,
Yep.
and then you usually drop these out the bottom. But there's lots of different ways to do it. But
Yep, I
yeah.
really like it.
It's a slight setback, but it's nothing we haven't seen before on the dyno. This is the stuff you learn on the dyno. But starts, idles, drives, doesn't make bad smells except for a clutch. Everything else is staying in. All the liquids are staying in it, which is huge. And the ignition system works beautifully. And most importantly, that custom trigger system, which was the most exciting part of this, is just working perfectly. It starts so well.
10 out of 10. And often with this sort of stuff, so remembering for the engine management system, the trigger system is everything. That's it.
Yeah.
That gives us our engine position and our engine speed. So if it's a bit flaky, and we've seen it in a lot of these older cars, if a reluctor or a two-wire sensor is a little bit flaky, that's all we're listening to decide when to fire the spark and when to throw the fuel. So if you can update your car to a newer style crank angle sensor that gives us what we call full synchronization, or meaning that we know exactly where the camshaft is in relation to the 2 times the crankshaft spins, the thing will run and drive flawlessly. So the more crank and cam information we can get, the better.
Yep, makes it smooth.
Mate, and that cap,
Well done, Miles at Flux and all your people. Very cool.
very impressive. I love the like this now.
Yeah. Looks like it's meant to be there, hey?
It's just how's the technology to do that?
Everyone froths the Mira. It's just what happens because it's cool. It's weird, quirky, and very cool. All right, so let it cool down for a bit. Give it a hit, see what happens.
Yeah, nice.
Good one.
What I'm looking at here is if I go to load it, so it's loaded at 3,300 RPM. The dyno's locked at 40 k's an hour, but if I put a bit more power into it,
Shutters and stays.
shutters and moves up about 1,500.
Okay.
So what I wanted to try, we'll get about 10 pounds into it.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, cool. 10 pounds is great.
You ready to give it a power run and see what happens?
Yeah.
See how we go?
All right, we're going to do a power run, see what falls out of it. Probably a clutch in the form of smoke. There it goes. It sounds like it's got a CVT in it.
Yeah.
There we go. We made the same power as stock. No, actually, it's a tiny bit up with a slipping clutch.
It's kind of nice to know that, though, that, ideally we wouldn't be running it like that on a slipping clutch, but we're here. You know that now we've got no trigger errors, we've got no issues, no massive gremlins.
It's getting replaced anyway. It's drivable too.
Drivable, quite a nice thing. So it's always, it really is very handy whether you can get on the dyno or if you're lucky enough to be able to drive it around the block and to be able to nut all of these things out. Super valuable before you end up taking the day off work.
It is a hard thing to work out in first gear around a car park.
Oh, how would you
but,
know?
If you don't have rego, which just doesn't, but it will, now that it works, I can actually get registered.
Yeah.
So, and I'll change a clutch and then come back at some point. But pretty cool, man.
What are we thinking? Do we push it a little bit and just try and put
I don't care, do whatever you want. Can't make the
10
clutch
pounds.
worse.
What do you reckon it had? 10? What do you reckon it had before?
About 10. Oh, about 8, I reckon.
8 or 10, something like that.
Needs 12, for sure. If the turbo will even make it.
Oh, it is. I can smell it. Yeah, we are definitely getting smellier. I'm more just curious now. I am interested because to see if putting 2 more pounds in it, like, does it do anything?
Yeah, just run away. 2 more pounds. Best idea always, ever. In any car.
Just want it to be able to drive onto the trailer.
Straight away?
Ooh,
Straight
so
away.
I'm off the clutch altogether.
That's so slippy.
That's holding there at 4 pounds, and if I just put some...
Just eating clutch.
We'll just give it a go.
Let's give it a go. Why not? Yeah, the CVT. Let's go.
No, I can't.
Mechanical sympathy. I like it.
I can't. And how hot that flywheel is, I just feel guilty. Yeah. Mate, it's a very small thing, but not engine management, none of that stuff related.
Yeah,
we're on. I can see 60 kilowatts in your future.
It's good power to weight, man.
Yeah.
The weight's like 700 kilos.
What are you thinking with what's the goal with this car? Like what sort of power level, or is it more just the drivability? Because
Drivability and where that turbo runs out.
and all that stuff, it wasn't reliable because it had so much junk in there. Yeah.
That's why the happiest I've been at this build so far is when it started and idled. I'm like, it didn't do that, and it was just a nugget, and now it's not.
Yeah.
So now it's an exciting bit because you go, cool. What do? We do turbos? Do we do high flow, the one that's there, which you can do? Put a good clutch at it. We'll custom build a clutch with extreme clutch. Like they'll be keen to help. Like it's just fun now. Good on you, Scotty.
Mate,
thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Very happy. Slipping clutch or not, I'm very stoked that it proves it works. All the work we did with the electronic stuff, just brand new.
Yeah, really nice. The starting and the just drive by. Should I point out the right sized drive by wire throttle?
Yeah.
The tiniest one flows so much power. Like we don't need these, or within reason.
Yeah.
Putting a 68 or a 72 or a 74 millimeter throttle body on engines that are making under sort of 400 kilowatts.
Yeah, agreed. I learned that with the Gemini.
Not realistic and just causes idle control issues and drivability issues.
Totally. No, man, I'm stoked. So now, get on the road, get it regoed, get it all working. Fix a few things like the tacho needs to be worked. The speedo now works, which is great. Tidy it up, chuck a clutch in it, bring it back at some point.
Perfect.
Thank you, my friend.
Always looking forward to it. Love it, Mira.
It's great.
So it didn't quite go to plan, Martin.
Disappointing dynos, they do happen. You can get as excited as you want about dynos. I do. Tuning them's really fun, getting a power number, like seeing all that work to come together. But the clutch slipping was always a possibility. Never had a problem with it before, but it's already making more torque and it slipped.
Yeah.
So it's going to need a clutch at some point, which will be the next thing that happens with that car, and we'll go back and retune it again, but not for now because there's some other nuggets. Call them a name.
What other nuggets are calling it?
The other one that makes the honking sounds. And the other one that people don't know about yet that they're going to see very soon.
Oh, is that the one that it's meant
Just
to
that
go,
one.
but it goes ka-kong-kong?
That one.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, man.
We've got some very exciting stuff coming up, of course, on the channel. And very, very excited to have you here with us. Of course, if you do want to support the show, you can check out our AI Can't Drive Manual t-shirts. We'll send it to you anywhere in the world. AI can't. The internet can have the AI slop, and we'll keep the manuals to ourselves. Thank you very much. See you next time on the channel. There's some very, very exciting stuff happening. Stay safe, be rad. See you then. Bye.
If you asked it what it's like to drive manual, what do you reckon it would say?
Martin, let's find out.
Because I reckon it would say, driving manual feels great, especially when you're in a particular kind of thing. Like,
I'm going to find out right now, Martin, because I've been asking.
What's it like to drive manual? What's it feel like?
Yeah, okay. What does it feel like
to drive a manual
car? To drive a manual car? Let's see what kind of slop we get back here, Martin. Driving a manual feels alive,
oh my God.
says the robot.
Oh,
right?
what?
It's one of the few things where you physically do something and instantly feel the machine. Here's what it's like. You're part of the mechanism. Instead of pressing go, you're controlling the engine speed, your right foot, the torque flow, the gear selection. Every gear change has a rhythm. You control the power, not the car's computer. The sound and feel tell you what to do. It's engaging and humbling. Driving a manual feels like a collaboration between human and machine. Tactile, rhythmic, a little chaotic and deeply satisfying. When you get it, it's magic. What?
But it can't.
It doesn't know.
But it's just recycled a bunch of journalists who actually probably wrote that and did a good job of writing it. It's kind of like drawn all that info and then like rejigged it, right?
But it doesn't know. Do you know why?
No.
That you can.
Do you know what is manual?
Because you're a real human being.
This freaking Mira. Guess what? AI's clutch doesn't slip, but mine does. But that's okay. Gonna fix it. And then drive manual. It actually drives mad even with the slipping clutch.
You know the other thing.
Should hear it.
The other thing that AI can't do.
What's that?
It can't. But I can.
Oh.
I mean.
Oh.